Do you trust yourself?
Right.
Because this is something that we've been hearing on so many different, instances, podcasts. We hear it every day, and the gist of it is, do you trust yourself enough to love yourself the way that you say you want someone else to? Do you
Mm.
believe in your own abilities or inabilities as a person? And that's something that, when we talked about it, we both said, yeah, we trust ourselves because we understand the judgments that we need to make and the sacrifices that we need to make in our lives. And it's not someone else's. It's someone else did not cause us to feel this pain or strife that we continuously put ourselves in. We did that. Um, but far too often do we see others not allowing themselves to be blamed, take a blame. They'll put it on something else, so they don't have that opportunity to be real with themselves. So what does that look like? What does trusting yourself look like, um, from Aisha's standpoint, T's standpoint, and then my standpoint?
Mm. Well, I don't trust myself.
Mm, no, and why not?
Mm-mm. Um, because I don't think I've come far enough in my journey to put me first,
Right.
Mm,
fully. Um, you know, I've always been the type to put others before myself, whatever capacity, whether it be work, whether it be family, whether it be friends, whatever. And so at this stage of my life, I don't trust myself wholeheartedly to love myself enough, to put myself first, to pour into myself fully. Um, so trust right now for me, as far as I am concerned, is little to none.
mm.
Mm.
What do you think? What In what way do you think you can change that, or you can alter that journey?
Hmm. I'm going to be honest. The death of my mom is going to change a lot for me.
We've heard you.
How? I don't know.
The two of us heard you
But
say that a lot in our in
mhm.
our more intimate conversations that we have between the three of us. We've heard you say that on a number of occasions here lately. Um,
Mhm.
without taking you there,
Mhm.
what 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 do you think has changed in you since then?
Mm.
You think you're gonna have less tolerance or less patience?
Yes,
Hmm.
I definitely feel that. I feel that already. Like that was almost instant, if I could be honest.
Hmm.
But I think what has changed in me the most is this mouth.
Mm.
Um, I had to. I curbed myself a lot for my mom.
Mm.
Really?
Like I curbed myself a lot for her. Just sometimes the things that I say, the way that I behaved, things like that. So almost instantly and automatically, this the mouth. I
Kind of crazier, huh? You just took the muzzle.
think, yeah, I just think that I held back a lot. Just me verbalizing and being able to be very vocal and secure, and not that I couldn't be with her. I just think that I had to be a certain way. I had to carry myself a certain way. I had to mind myself in a sense. a lot. And I think now I will have no blockage, mental blockage, because that's what it would be, a mental blockage. And I don't think that I'm going to have that. I think the muzzle is off. And I think I won't care so much about what others think, because that was one thing that she did care about. And I adopted that from her. And rightfully so. Like, she was a woman of stature, and she was born in 1943. Like, you know what I mean? She carried and conducted herself a certain way, and I couldn't be a certain way in certain aspects. So I think for me, that's going to be what's going to change the most, and that's what has changed the most so far.
I know T always gets on us, especially me and you, because we are the benefit of the doubters. Like we are the leader of that
God
movement,
damn it, you
giving
motherfuckers.
people the benefit of the doubt. And I know where that comes from. And hearing you say that, just going through what you've been going through now for the past 2 weeks, it, it almost has given you liberation, because you're free a little bit to be a little bit more expressive and a little bit more candid. I'm the same way. I'm a pleaser. I'm so much of wanting to please my mother and father that I don't always say what I need to say, or I try to make everybody happy and do, instead of saying no, because I was, I just want to make people happy. Always want to make my mother proud and not try to, cast a kind of certain light on them or whatever. I was watching this. I had an epiphany like this. It's funny how certain shit and certain people and certain things could turn a light bulb on. My ex girlfriend, Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
My ex girlfriend, Whoopi Goldberg, has a movie on Prime. Fucking great one, a great watch. It got a cast of people in it. Like she is a movie on Prime that she just put out, and it got a lot of great actresses and actors in it. And she has a disease or something, and she's dying. And her kids had like this dysfunctional relationship with each other. Father, her and her husband is getting a divorce or separating or whatever. And it took her death and the passing of her to unite the family.
Right.
And she wrote each and every one of them a letter, but she wrote the letter in a way of speaking to the person that they had the most issue with. So the two sisters that were Tashina Arnold was fighting with one of the other sisters, back and forth. She wrote a letter in her voice to them, explaining that it was her who caused that distinction between those two, and not them. So their beef is really a direct representation of her as the mother, not nipping that in the bud early on in the relationship. And it just brought me to a place of, damn, I lost that person that I can speak to candidly, other than my mother, who knew me the best when I lost her back in September. I lost that. And that shit had me like sitting up here fucking crying like a fucking baby, because you never know where your strength and your power comes in. And you never know the influences that people have over you and the stronghold they have over you, and how we are the benefit of the dollars and the people pleasers. Where T, on the other hand, benefited in a way of, and this sounds crazy for me to say, benefited in a way of, you lost someone who was important to you early, so you had the opportunity to say, fuck all that other shit.
Right.
Because the person that I loved and admired and looked up to the most is gone. So I don't gotta worry about pleasing nobody else but him, because he's not here.
Right.
And we, on the other hand, kind of learned that late in life. But we've learned it to a certain extent. But all three of us have those different qualities that allows us to be liked and loved, but also um, be able to now hopefully say no. Where do you get your, say this question is directed to you, where do you get your moxie from, in a sense? Like, because the way that you talk, sometimes I wish I could talk like that and not have a conscience.
Right. Right.
And not let my conscience bother me, because that shit, I like a lot of shit is that I say is controlled. A lot of how I move is controlled just because the benefit of the doubt, or the people pleaser, or making sure I say the right thing. Where the fuck do you get that I don't give a fuck attitude from?
It's instilled in me. Um, like I guess I get it from both my parents in different ways, but it's instilled in me since I was little. So, and it's like even from watching how things play out, like the shit that my brother had to go through. So if I'm young watching the shit that my brother went through,
Yeah,
I'm gonna my mind is gonna form into a way towards like that's never gonna fucking happen with me. Like I'm never gonna allow none of that shit. So it's a lot of observing that plays a part in that. So it's a lot of observing how others have been either mistreated or not appreciated, and it always go like it's even a thing where when I talked about the selfish shit and I said I noticed that in myself, but that's there because I know I gotta take care of myself. Because if I don't take care of myself, who gonna take care of me?
sure, for sure.
And when you leave that in other people's hands, you just setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
And all of that shit plays together.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's where I think that's where my fight comes from a lot within myself, right? Because even if I ask myself, do I trust myself? You know, the the thing in us always wants to say yes, because we always want to look like we're right. But do I trust myself? In a sense, no, because I can become overly emotional in one sense, and then say, all right, well, I got to compensate for that over here because I don't want to ruffle the feathers of others. And I was, as men, we're taught that we have to be providers and protectors, but we also have to have a tender and loving side, because if we don't, then we're this aggressive animal, this beast, and we have to walk this fine line of toughness but soft side, and it's hard to balance,
It's definitely hard.
because it's flawed. The whole
Right.
ideology is flawed to a sense of, all right, I want you to be this big, strong, aggressive guy, but I want you to also be a weak punk
Right.
when it to be. And that's not the two don't balance.
Right.
Right. And then when you try to find that comfort, that balance right in between, it's like, all right, have I lost myself because I'm trying to please others, and I'm not pleasing of myself? Or where can I truly learn lessons to help me be a better person, so I can then have somewhat of a tough side, but also to a tender side on the other side of it?
But
Now,
even in that, right? Like this is even just recently happened to me. So even in that, it's certain instances or occasions where I was like, damn, I might have went too hard, or I might have been too harsh.
yeah,
But then they gonna show you that you didn't.
Didn't.
They gonna
Hmm.
remind you and they gonna show you that you didn't.
and that's where me and Ish, and if I can speak for you, Ish, if I'm wrong, jump in. This is where me and Ish struggles with that, because we give it the benefit of the doubt, and then we egg on our face when when it's being showed. Damn, motherfucker,
Thanks.
showed me I was trying to look past the shit, but you're
Right.
throwing it in my face. And it's like,
Right.
give a fuck. I don't care about nothing but myself. It's this selfish mentality that people have, that we try to look past it because we don't want them to be selfish. We don't
Right.
want them to have that
Hmm.
attribute. We want them to be so much different than that. but it shows and it shows and it shows, and it bothers us. It hurts us to the point where it's like, damn, I seen it. I ain't want to believe it.
But that's the problem, like even I hope my bad, Ish, but even when you
No,
said before, like the everybody needs therapy part, like that's the problem, that a lot of people have these selfish things, even within myself, that are from our past, and it's they don't even acknowledge it. Like now, like I said, when I was like, yo, I'm acknowledging it, and now I'm gonna have to see, how to work around it or how to better it. It's the people that don't acknowledge these things and they think that they perfect. Be like, yo, you not.
No, but this the thing. This is the new thing. See, they acknowledge it and they do nothing about it.
Right.
They just acknowledge so they can be, so they can feel like, oh, I'm liberated. Oh, I'm taking full accountability for me. I know me, so I'm acknowledging it. But they don't make no changes.
Right.
What's the thing now? Like the new cool thing is toxic. People, I'm toxic, and they wear that like as a badge of honor,
Right.
or they wear this bravado of, you can't tell me nothing, or nobody can check me, or nobody can. I'm standing on business, so I'm doing, like, that ain't real life. That's
No,
the
it's
God.
the
Somebody
it's
said,
the it's the acknowledgement of I'm this way because of this.
yeah,
But that don't mean you have to continue to be
that way.
be that way.
Yeah. Because it's easy to
or
be
that
like,
mean or
okay.
that don't mean that you have to take that out on everybody.
Yeah.
That's where it flaws. Whereas though they either gonna take it out on everybody or they're not gonna get past it. Like some shit you gotta let go.
I'm learning to start to trust myself, because when I sit back and look at myself, I can't, because if I continue on these traits of, oh, they'll figure it out. Oh, they're not dumb. Oh,
That's
they'll
that's what I
figure it
be
out.
trying to tell y'all, man.
Or whatever. I'm tricking myself to
Right.
get more of the credit than you should be getting and
Right.
receiving, and me, that's hurting me. Also, I need to do a better job of being able to harness my feelings about certain things. Shit, it just ain't what it is, and that's cool. Stop trying to force that. Stop trying to put that that blocking that round object into this pegged hole. It's not going to fit. You're
But
forcing. It's not.
that's true. And every time I feel like that I didn't trust myself or I stopped trusting myself, it showed up and it showed me that I'm trusting myself because I'm doing the work. I'm trusting myself because I'm moving with good intentions. I'm trusting myself because I'm gaining the knowledge. Like I'm not just doing it off the top of my head. I'm doing the research. I'm putting the work in. So that's why I'm trusting it.
For sure.
I'm
Right.
not just trusting it just off GP.
Right. But you can only trust it fully like you're doing because you're actually putting it into motion. Like you're doing you're not just doing the research, reading, digesting it, eating it, and then not spitting it back out into your everyday movements, into your, you know what I mean, your everyday life, and putting things into motion and action. Like, you know what I mean? You're actually doing it. So that's why you're able to fully trust yourself. Because I know sometimes I can take accountability.
Mm.
I can say, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And I'm afraid to put a change into motion.
Right.
You know what I mean? For fear that possibly somebody's not going to like the real me or the new me or the changed me. You see what I'm saying? And then I think too, to circle back on what Nell was talking about, just the mental tug of war. I had it on my list of topics to discuss. Like, it has literally been a mental tug of war for me for the past month, and I did not know how to maneuver in that mental tug of war. Like, Nell's talking about one facet of it where, we're in a mental tug of war because we're giving people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? We want to see the good in people. We want to look past certain shit, and we want to hone in on people's positive attributes and their and their positive traits, and they don't even do that themselves. You see what I'm saying? And
But
so,
that's what I want to ask both of y'all. So why aren't y'all trusting in what they're showing you?
Because we were told different. We were told the opposite for so long,
mhm,
right? Believe half of what you see and none of what you
you know
heard,
what
right?
you mean.
But we also was told, hey, you know, people ain't that bad. People got common sense. Give them the benefit of the doubt. They'll figure it out.
Mhm,
They'll make it right. We want them to. You know why? Because we would say, you know what? Love everybody.
Right.
Love everybody. Make sure that everybody you come in contact with, you love them as you know, because that's what we are. We're supposed to be loving people, and we're supposed to be trusting until somebody shows us otherwise. And just the way
mhm,
that we've been brought up, our makeup, our personality, our caring spirit, it's first nature. We come from a Tetris environment.
Right.
All we come from a Tetris environment, but the way that we move almost feels like we've never experienced that pain because we give
mhm.
everybody that kind of benefit of the doubt. Now we might watch them for a careful eye, but we still give them more than what they are deserving at that point until
Yep.
they
And I,
showed us that they are deserving of it.
Right.
mhm.
We're
And I
loving.
was taught to.
We love hard. We love first before,
Mhm,
you know, before anything, before they can even show us what love even is. We love and we want to love
mhm.
because that's natural.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You what you're
yeah.
saying?
I didn't mean to cut you off now,
Yeah.
but I was also taught too, like, even the people who do you wrong, even the people who do you dirty, even the people that do you grimy, you never stoop down to their level.
Yeah.
You never not be stand up 100% always. You treat them with goodness even when they treat you bad. You 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 make sure they know that they fucked over a good one. You always remain the best. You always remain pristine. You always do everything 100%. You never stoop down to their level. Like, that has always been a mantra in our family, like, especially with my mom.
Absolutely.
And even though I could be so nasty and like a monkey, I can cuss a motherfucker out real quick. I always try to curb my tongue, and I always try to behave in a manner that was more respectable because of that. Like, you always remain intact. You always remain this way. Even when they do you dirty, you still be good to them.
Mm-hmm.
So where do y'all find happiness in that?
You
You
don't.
don't. You
You
don't.
It's that
That's what
mental
I'm
tug of it's a
saying.
mental tug of war. What
You
are the
don't
That's
find
what I'm
mechanisms to get
saying.
out
That's
of
what I'm
it?
your
saying
passion.
because it's even like this. Like say with me and Mike, right? We shared the room until I was like, well, when I had time when I lived with my dad, that was different. But for the most part, we shared the room until I was up until like 14. So if my brother moves out, so now my brother that's my immediate family. But so now my brother, he has another immediate family. That's my brother, but I'm not in his immediate family anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And these are things that I've always observed, and I move according. I can't be mad at him for that.
Yeah.
I can't expect other than I can't. I'm his brother. I can't expect him to put me in front of his new family. This is
For
his
sure.
new family.
For sure.
Like, and these are all things that I learn and adjust to. And I don't like that's what I mean. I don't live in the emotion of it. I just take it for what it is.
Mhm, mhm,
See, I always was the oldest until I wasn't the oldest, right? And I say that to say I was the oldest. I grew up as the oldest. It was just me and my sister
Right.
until I really got an opportunity to find out what the other side was and
Right.
knowing I had brothers and sisters and then being able to I didn't grow up with them. I grew up with
Right.
just me and her, and I had to learn the traits of sharing and caring
Right.
for someone else other than myself, and you know whatever being a big brother and just having that attachment to that. But then too, it's always was, we've just been told, turn the other cheek. Somebody do you wrong, turn the other cheek. Oh, you can't kill them with kindness, and don't stoop down to their level and be bigger than that. And shit like that teaches you the benefit of the doubt. You know what? Yeah, they showed me who they really were. But maybe that was just an off day for them. Let me give them the benefit of the doubt.
See, I don't believe in that off day shit.
But that's what the world, but that's the ideologies that the world has given us. As we talked about being emotionally intelligent, we're not intelligent when it comes to real life.
That's what I was about to say. All that shit that we was taught or we learned, all that shit was wrong. That's what I be trying to say. All that shit was wrong.
It damn near was control. It was mind control.
Yeah.
Because it didn't prepare you for the emotions that you're going to feel at this big age, and seeing the realness in people and seeing the realness in yourself. Right? Because people say, damn, why are you so fucking aggressive now? I'm so aggressive for all this pent up fucking anger that I had to put on fucking different hooks in the house because I couldn't just let it out at the moment and just be done with it. I had to mask that and just walk away, or I had to mask that with being nice, and I had to mask that with curving my tongue and doing ever. So all of this pent up fucking aggression that I have is from all the bullshit that I had to just turn the other cheek and not let out. So now I'm at this age of I ain't letting nobody fucking play with me no more.
Right.
I'm not letting nobody disrespect me because who I made myself to be. So you then had this air of confidence about yourself as well. Then when you lash out now at this age that I am, now I'm immature because I should supposed to know better at this growing up age, or I'm a narcissist, or I am all of these all of these idiosyncrasies that they put out there to control you again because of the way that they controlled you when you were younger. That was all it is.
So does outside family,
over the whole course of the situation.
Does outside family shit like bother y'all?
Meaning?
All right, so like say my sister and my brother that's on my dad's side, right? My sister will be like, yo, we need to get with our aunt and ask her certain shit about my dad. But then I'll see them together and she'll be like, I'm so happy to see my aunt. Then nobody will call me in this instance about nothing. So am I like, I don't feel no type of way about it. I just don't care. Like,
see stuff like that I don't care about. That's like, because that's little shit to me. It'd be other shit that
right. But I mean in the instance of that's my only family on my dad's side.
Yeah.
So if y'all doing get-togethers, I'm the junior. How the fuck are y'all doing get together without me?
Without me, right?
Yeah.
It don't bother that type of shit don't bother me, but it does make me think twice. Like, yeah, that's kind of wild how y'all moving.
Right.
I never had that because when I got injected into this, I became to kind of like the go-to. Like my dad sees me as the bridge. I'm the bridge between him and the other boys that come after me because I knew what it was. And I forged a relationship like I was their father more than their brother. So they come to me versus going to him. The older group, I'm young enough but old enough still to rock with them on a mature level, so it ain't no whatever. So whenever there's a get together, I'm the one damn near planning it with them. But where my shit comes in at that burns me is normal people that will talk about some shit. I don't like her. Like I had so many people in our comments. I don't like this person. I don't like that. But 20 minutes later, they fraternize. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's why none of that kind of shit can bother me because I see it in my family. So outside, so friends or people in the comments or whatever it may be, none of that shit will never bother me because I seen that own shit in my own personal family. So nothing can bother me.
I never seen it. You know how? I never seen it in my family, and I never seen it in the streets. Because when we grew up, if you didn't fuck with somebody, you just didn't fuck with them. Right. You didn't fuck with them over here and then be cool over here. Our block was of family. Like we had
Right.
our Radfield Street.
Right.
We didn't have that shit of, oh, I fuck with you, but I really don't fuck with you. If you didn't fuck
Right.
with a person, y'all rumbled, you got it out the way, and then y'all was cool again. And had that in my home where if you ain't fuck with them, you just stay away from them.
Right.
If you don't, if y'all ain't the best, y'all ain't cool, I ain't gotta deal with you. How I'm by. You dig? I just don't understand the new way of the world where
It's fake.
everybody is so fucking cool, but you're not cool.
It's fake. That's why I don't fuck with it.
I can't live in
Right.
this world. That's why I said I'm trying. This
I
world ain't
can't live in
me.
this
I'm in
world.
this world.
It's
Is not
wild.
me. I
Cause
can't.
it's fake. It's so fake that I just
He
don't.
said, I can't live in this world. It's
I
wild.
can't. I'm
It's
already on
fake.
Mars.
I
It's fake,
know.
man. It's so
But
fake.
listen, I was the baby now, so I saw just that. Mind your manners, stay out of business. Everybody gonna do what they gonna do, and you just gonna shut up
Right.
and you gonna be quiet. And everybody gonna say and do and behave how they will, and you just mind yours and mind your manners, and everything is going to be all right. So I was in that controlled environment, as you spoke of. Like that controlled environment is insane, and it your mind is trained from an early age to be and conduct a certain way. But in regards to that family shit, I'll give y'all an example. We sitting down and we writing the obituary for my mom. I don't have the same father as my siblings.
Right.
Okay. My mom was married and she had 4 children with her husband. Okay. Her husband separated and then she met my dad and she had me.
Mm.
This is another thing in regards to control. And this is another thing in regards to, I think, one thing that will change for me greatly because my entire life I've been the baby and I've been controlled. Like I've been told to be a certain way.
Mm.
I was told just in this obituary that I was going to be a part of the union. Now, out of separation purposes, they didn't want it to look a certain way for me to be separated, but I was told that I was going to be a part of the sibling bunch and that my dad was going to be their father. Like, you know what I mean, for the purpose of the obituary.
Right.
And so that I wouldn't feel separated. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Mom wouldn't want you to feel separated or whatever the case may be. It's not it's not a matter of being separated. It's just a matter of here you go with controlling my identity.
That's what I'm about to say. Why wouldn't they just ask you?
That's my point. And sometimes when your identity is controlled, you begin to think the way others tell you how you should think and how you should behave and how you should speak and what you should do. And I think for me, that's exactly what I have been a good portion of my life. Like, I've always been able to speak my opinion and be verbal and vocal, but to a certain extent. Other than that, it has been controlled. So that's just an example. And so with that family shit, that happens a lot, T,
Right.
in my family. That shit. Oh, well, this one's talking to this one about this one. My brother's not talking to me about shit, like whatever the case may be. And it's just like, but I'm the only one here in
Mm.
Philly that's doing something. Like,
Right.
what are y'all? So I just take a couple deep breaths and I say, fuck it.
That's how it gotta be.
And I see how you move, and then I'm on from there.
And
Right.
another thing too, you talk about control. Just think the two of us, because of because of our because who we are as men, we've been controlled and told so many things that we had to be and do in life, as far as a man is concerned, and
Facts.
also as far as a male in a relationship is concerned. Our our female counterparts have told us that we have to talk a certain way to them. We have to approach things a certain way. We have to do things. We have to listen for emotions versus um, you know, lot logical thinking. We've been controlled so much that it's become a point where we are so confused with anything. Like we're told, all right, speak. We want to hear you speak. We want to know what's going on. But then when we speak, then you're telling us, well, were you talking about me when you were talking?
Facts.
Is this directed at me? Do you want me to talk or do you not? You're controlling my speech because when I say something, you take every little thing I say and you try to infuse yourself in there and live in that space when it has nothing to do with you. And even if it did, listen for what I'm saying. So it's not a problem to me.
Right.
For us, for whatever. So it's like use the control that we face and just the whole thought pattern that we have to go through life with. It leaves us so fucking confused, bothered, and aggressive.
Right.
It boils, it bubbles, and it leaves for what happens when the pot boils and bubbles over when it's full. The top is on it. The shit always falls over because it's no air to escape. There's no letting that out, and we are living that. We could say something on the show. I could say something on the show like, I don't like this and that. I might get a phone call. Was that about me? Were you talking about me? I wasn't talking about nothing about. I had no thoughts of. I was talking in general of just something in general that's plagues life.
Right.
And you jump right on that and put yourself into that. So
It's the guilty gonna feel guilty, or the insecure is gonna feel insecure.
so
You
where
can't run from it.
is that for us? Because we've always been told, is you're a woman, I'm sure you told your partner, come and talk to me. You here, this is a good space for you to talk. And I'm
That's a
always
lie, nigga. I tell you all the fucking time it's a lie.
very because the moment we start to talk and we start to saying something, it gets turned back on us. Or we gotta hear something that we did 10 years ago.
Right.
I know.
That had to do what we
I
talk.
know.
Or
It's
why
a
are you allowing
lie.
yourself to become or to feel like you're being judged just because I'm opening my mouth what you wanted me to do?
Right. T told me that I say it right, and I'll be like, "Oh, this is a safe space. You can talk to me." But then when I really hear the shit, like when I really hear it, then I'm going to be
Yeah.
not feeling that way.
Is that
Right.
And I don't necessarily know if that's true or not. I'm willing to find out. I'm willing to find out. But I feel like I am strong enough, I feel like, to know and deal with the truth. But I want to know it. Like, don't not tell me.
I'm
the
telling
truth?
you, Ish, it's a
Well,
lie.
you
Like,
would
it's a safe space. It's a safe space. It's a safe
but
space.
everybody says they want to know the truth and they want to but then when you start to say it, they get all and they
Right,
feel
they get it, they feelings. Now you in your feelings.
and we
Now you in
argue.
your feelings. Look,
Just
now you in your feelings. Now how you felt about that person may change. How you respected that person may change. All of these things gonna start changing because he told you the truth.
But let
oh,
me tell you why I think this is why, let me tell you why I call bullshit on that. Not on what y'all saying, but I call bullshit on people who do that. People who, say they want to hear the truth, or when you start hearing the truth, then you acting and behaving all weirdly and can't handle it and being in an emotional space. Because we are human, and as human beings we have thoughts and we have feelings, and
Right.
there's no fucking way in the world that any woman is going to sit me fucking down and tell me that she not thinking some real shit about her nigga,
Hmm.
about a man that she's dealing with, her bae, her boo, whatever, or that she's not thinking about the world in a certain way, space, time, or place. It's no way in the world.
Each. That's the same way as a nigga. You talking to your nigga and you being like, you could tell me anything. I'ma love you regardless. And he tell you some shit like, I messed with the man, but that was one time, and I love you. You gonna always be looking at the nigga like, no, nigga, you messed with a man.
No, and I get your point there, But in the grand scheme of things and in the grand scope of things, you saying that, I'm sure a woman has something, if not worse, close to
Know what
some,
I
y'all
don't
in
do?
believe
it,
that.
maybe in a different
Yeah,
capacity,
Yeah.
not necessarily
cool,
a
and that's
woman.
understandable. But y'all do it in a way of y'all flip it
Right.
and y'all put it right back on us, even
Yeah,
if
see, that's what
it's
I'm saying. That's
something
not
that,
cool.
even if we're just having a general
Right,
conversation or
right.
whatever, it gets flipped on us to the point where we say, you know what, I ain't saying shit else. I'm
Facts.
asking a question, I'm like, I'm all right, I'm cool.
Facts.
I could have the worst day of my fucking life, and I would say, I'm okay.
Facts.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I don't
wild
want
to me.
the moment I'm asked what's wrong and I say what's wrong, then it falls on deaf ears, or you're internalizing it, or you're making it all about yourself. Well, I had a bad day too, and this is what happened.
Facts.
And that whole 20-minute conversation was 4 seconds was about me, and the rest was about you. So it's like,
Facts.
where the fuck do what I just said, I'd rather not say nothing.
Because we're not allowed.
We're
We're
not
not
allowed.
allowed to have
No,
feelings.
no,
Not allowed, Ish.
that's
We're
Because
not
you
not
know what?
cool.
allowed.
The new words is sassy.
Right.
He's sassy. We say something, we feel a type of way. Well, he's sassy. Oh, he got. Oh, he want to visit Club Shay Shay. That's the new thing now. You know, damn, why we gotta be sassy? Because we want fucking we want to talk about something that's on our fucking mind, or we got this a disdain for something or a dislike for something, or we can't even speak our truth without you feeling some type of fucking way. If the shit hurting your soul, that means that shit is fucking is you doing something wrong. If I say something on this fucking show and you internalize that as as my woman, that means look at your damn self and fix
Mhm,
it.
It's
mhm,
that no.
Don't look at
That
your
ain't gonna
Sam
happen.
stuff and say, I know he's talking about me, and let me just argue with him
Right.
until
mhm.
until we have an argument about nothing, and it still ain't get fixed.
Facts.
Yeah. But I now that we sitting here talking about it, I think for me it's because like I have been a cage bird, you know what I mean, for a lot of a good portion of my life. And so I
But
feel like by
Ish,
others being free and
you
being able
can't
to
say
communicate.
that when somebody gives you their truth that you're just gonna take it. Because that's not true. It's
No, and I can
not.
understand what you mean by that, but I still feel like people should be free to say what they want and then
No,
deal
you're
with
not.
whatever comes
Not
after that.
free.
Like to
You are
me,
free.
being
You're
yeah,
free. We're not free.
but
Facts.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like as a woman, and this is just from my standpoint, I can't truly be free if my
Right.
partner is not truly free and comfortable. So therefore, to me, there's always going to be a fucking disconnect. I don't want a fucking disconnect. I don't want a
Right.
situation or a relationship that
Right.
has a disconnect.
But there's also things that you're gonna look at a person differently, or your respect or your values on that person is gonna change, right?
If our love is strong enough, even if I was to look at you just differently in a different perspective and in a different light, I am still going to love you fully.
You
I
Right.
can
You're
still
gonna
will
love a person. You can still love a person, but your interaction with that person is
right.
going.
That's what I was say. That shit is gonna change.
Yo, you gonna be so standoffish, or you might be so damn on edge because it's like
Right.
what I do, you got a problem with. No matter what, it's always a problem. So it's like I'm already on edge because I know at some point a problem is going to fucking arise because 10 times out of 10, it always has been the case.
Right.
So that leaves you so on edge, so mentally fucked up, and this mental connection because you're like, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the ball to drop. I'm
Right.
waiting for the fucking fall because I know it's going to come. And it comes. It comes. And then you're like, damn, it's always something. Always something. We feel that shit a lot of the times.
Right.
Y'all say you feel it, or there's issues in that you like, damn, I need my man to talk to me. I wish my man has this be libertarian, come to me and talk to me. You different.
Right.
You different. And we said that, so you a different bird. We get the fact that oh, tell me what's wrong, baby, or I want you to talk to me. I want you to be able to talk to me. But when we talk, It's everything that we saying, every word they're hinging on looking to see how they can feel like they are being attacked or
Facts.
how their emotions are going to flow from that conversation.
Facts.
So do
That's
you
why
guys
that's why
ever
at this
see it?
moment I can't trust myself. I
Go
don't.
ahead. You said you about to ask?
I can't trust myself. I can't trust myself that I am not going to snap. I can't trust myself that I'm going to just be that this doesn't overflow my cup. I can't trust myself that I'm not going to continue to keep giving people the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to. I can't trust myself at this moment that I'm not going to keep just putting my feelings and myself to the back burner because I'm just trying to save face.
Right. Okay. So then what are the mechanisms that can be used or utilized to balance out this mental tug of war or this struggle? No, 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 no. See,
That's what I'm
that
about
be
to say.
my
It ain't no balance. You just gotta eat shit and die.
that's what I'm saying. No,
Why think
no.
you think men have a hard time talking? We can talk all day the fucking night long together. Me and Tika busted the fuck up and have no issues. Why is it when we get with whoever, there's a problem? We don't know how to talk. We don't know how to communicate. That can't be the case. Like
Fact.
women ain't stupid. If you know your guy, he
But
got a homie, and no motherfuckers talk like they fucking cackling females, and they can't. And then when it comes to having a conversation with you, what that
Because
tell
I
you?
can't.
It ain't
It's
no
not.
lack
It's
of
not. It's
communication.
not. It's not because I can't communicate. It's because I can't communicate with you.
Yes, it's not a safe place to communicate because it's going to be taken out of context. Something's going to happen to where it's going to be thrown back up in my face. Something's going to be happening where you not even listen to what I said, and it's now a 50-minute conversation about the feelings that you got.
Right. That's a
I much
fact.
rather shut the fuck up.
Facts. I'd rather just shut up and eat it. I'd rather just shut up and eat it.
Shut up and eat it.